Hey there, this video is for homework help for the week of January 3rd to the 7th. I had a few families reach out asking for a little extra assistance with this week's homework, so here we are. So right now I'm looking at the first worksheet of this week's homework, which is lesson 8. So let's take a look at number 1. They are providing us with a number line to find the product. Remember, product is that word that means the answer when we multiply. Okay? All right, so we're going to use this number line to multiply and find the answer. So we have 2/5 of 2/4, or 2/4 of 2/5. Whenever we see the multiplication sign, think of. Okay, so we want to take a look at our number line here. We have 2/4 of 2/5. So really all I'm looking at is this portion of the number line. We don't want to go more than 2/5 because we're only looking to find what is 2/4 of 2/5. So notice how each fifth is partitioned into fourths. This is 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 would be 1/5, okay? So each fifth is partitioned into fourths. So between this interval of 0 and 1/5, I want to shade in 2/4. And then for the next interval of 1/5 to 2/5, I'm going to shade in 2/4. All right. So total in my one whole from 0 to 5/5, there's actually 20ths. If you count from 0 all the way to 5/5, when we broke each fifth into fourths, the total is 20. So that would be our denominator, or the whole. And we shaded in 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So our numerator would be 4. So our answer here is 4/20ths. Take a look at number 2. They're asking us to use an area model to find the product, and then we'll complete the equation. I personally don't like when they already have the model made for you because it makes less sense. So just so my families at home can better understand what these squares mean. So what we're looking at here is 4/6 of 3/4. So I'm first going to have 3/4. So I'm going to partition this model into fourths, right? So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So I'm going to label 3 of these represent 3/4. And then horizontally, I'm going to partition my fourths into sixths. So here is 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. Sorry, they're uneven. I'm not Picasso. I try my best. All right, so now I have my fourths are partitioned into sixths, and I only want to zero in on 4 of those sixths. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths here. So what I want to look at here is I want to see what is 4/6 of 3/4. So I'm going to shade in this portion here of my model. So if you were to write it on your own paper, this would be 3/4. This would be 4/6. I'm going to be shading in 4/6 of 3/4. Okay. So my numerator would be what is shaded, and we shaded in 3, 6, 9, 12 out of a possible 24. Number 3, we're going to draw a model and then find the product. So again, we can draw our own area model here. So we're looking to find what is 3/5 of 2/3. So first I want to draw 2/3. This here is 2/3. And I want to partition my thirds into fifths. So here's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. I only want to zero in on 3 of those fifths. So here's 3/5. And I'm going to be taking a closer look at what is 3/5 of 2/3. Okay, so total I shaded in is 369. Oh no! Oh, I made a mistake. Haha. I knew that didn't make sense. Sorry, I'm only shading in 3/5 of 2/3. I apologize. See, I make mistakes too. I'm not perfect. Okay, so when I do tally up, I have 6 shaded in out of a potential 15. So our fraction is 6/15. All right, the next page is actually review. So I'm not going to go over the back because this is from last unit where we did some division. So they can use their strategies of a tape diagram, of standard algorithm, partial quotients, whatever division strategy that they want to refer back to is great. All right, so let's take a look at the next page. All right, so this next worksheet is where a lot of kind of questions are coming from. So let me just kind of take an extra couple minutes just to explain what this work looks like, okay? So we have a tape diagram. That's just one of our many visual models that we use to represent our mathematical thinking. So we have a tape diagram, and we're looking to solve what is 1/5 of 5/6. So you see here that I have 5/6 marked off on my tape diagram, and just one of those is 1/6, right? So 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. So 1/5 of 5/6 is just 1/6. So our answer is 1/6. Now, if you parents or relatives at home watching this recall, when we were in middle school and high school, they just taught us just to multiply across the numerators and the denominators, which if we were to multiply 1 times 5, the answer is 5. Multiply 5 times 6, that's 30. And then, families, if you recall, we were then taught how to reduce or simplify a fraction. So if you were to reduce or simplify 5/30ths in simplest form, the answer is 1/6. So by us doing it this way, we're just taking out the part where we ask students to simplify and reduce. So we're kind of just, by doing this thinking, we're eliminating that extra step. So that's where 1/6 comes from. All right, so 2 and 3, same idea, right? So 1/4 of 4 is going to be 1. 1/4 of 4/5 is 1/5. So our answer here is 1/5. So again, parents or family or relatives watching this. So if we were to do it the way that we were taught how back in our day, we know that 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. But if we were to reduce or simplify this fraction in simplest form is 1/5. All right, beautiful. So 1/3 of 6 is 2. 1/3 of 6/8 is 2/8. So our answer here would be 2/8. Now, again, if we were to multiply the way we know how, it would be 6/18. And if you were to simplify, right, when we simplify, we divide using a common factor, the greatest common factor, the GCF, right? So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 8 divided by 3 is, not 8, it's 6. Wait, pause. Oh, pause. Hold on. I made another mistake. I'm sorry. Undo. My multiplication was wrong. I'm sorry. 3 times 8 is not 18. 3 times 8 is 24. I'm sorry. Woohoo! So when I do simplify using the greatest common factor, our answer is 2/8. Okay, cool. Got it. All right, so again, families, this process is just for the sole purpose of just eliminating that extra step of reducing or simplifying a fraction. Okay, cool. All right, so today we learned how to make a simpler problem by using a known product or by using unit language. So let me show you what I mean, because that mumbo jumbo doesn't really mean much to you at home. So I can make a simpler problem by changing this to a simpler form. So 1/5 times 1/8. I'm going to bring it back to the simplest, smallest unit possible, okay? So 1/5 times 1/8, and then I'll multiply by my numerator of 10. So my students here, they can tell me that 1/5 and 1/8 is actually 1/40th. They know their facts really well. So 1/5 and 1/8 is 1/40th times 10, and our product is 10/40ths. Mrs. Bowers, where did you get 10/40ths from? Well, when I multiply a whole number and a fraction, you multiply the numerator times the whole number, denominator will stay the same. Let's take a look at number 5. Same idea. Make a simpler problem for yourself. So 1/3, and let's bring this back to 1/9. And then we'll multiply by 6. So we know that 1/3 and 1/9 is 1/27th times 6. 1 times 6 is 6, and our denominator will stay the same. Okay. Again, second page is review from our last portion of this unit. So this they can work on their own. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this kind of helped a little bit. If not, reach out and I'll try my best to clarify for you. Other than that, thanks for watching. See you later.